second installment of doing the bed floor because we didn't have time to finish the other one. So let's get right into it. I'll show you guys what I got so far, and then we're going to start piecing in the other sections that we got to get for the bed. Welcome to Hi-Ho Stable Garage. What we got going on, I basically have the entire thing finished welded. One thing that we did that we said we weren't going to do, but we ended up doing it anyway just for strength. I initially said we weren't going to finish weld anything, like these whole seams, they weren't going to be finish welded, but I got thinking, might as well finish weld the hump because there's only one cross brace in there, we want it nice and strong. Did that, and it's like, I might as well finish weld front to back on each one, so that ate up a lot of time, but where we specifically left you guys off was doing these. I think we did one in the last video and that was it. But now we have the entire center section done, other than cutting our mounts off and stuff. But now we can start to piece stuff in, which is going to be really, really good. So, I already made a couple pieces. They're somewhere around here. I'm going to show you guys what I got going on. The channels that we have to piece in now. Nothing spectacular, but it's going to be a lot more complex cuts than the initial part of the bed. And we want to retain our 2-inch gap on each of these because I've been doing a lot of thinking. We're going to do wood inlays. When this whole thing's done, after it's painted, all that stuff, we're going to basically put oak or maple or something in there right inside the wood inlays, and then maybe some aluminum strips just to kind of make it like a fake old-fashioned wood bed. I think that's going to work out really nice. But we got to start making these pieces, and we got some complicated cuts in here, fellas. We got this guy in here. We got that hump there. We got that guy right there. So I'm going to show you the two cuts. I already got them cut out because I wanted to test fit them off camera. Trust me, there's plenty of ones that we can do together on this, but I just wanted to show you the concept that we're going for on these first. So let me go get the pieces. These are the two pieces that I got cut up. We have a left and we have a right, basically. This is my left one, second iteration. This is my right one. That's what we got going on. The two steel pieces here, and then basically the wheel hump. 3 cuts in this. I'm not going to show you how I did them just yet. We'll save that for the front one because we basically have to recreate this on the front, so no big deal. But now we got to put those guys in. It's not an exact fit. I cut them a little short by accident, so we're just going to have to add a little strip at the end, but you'll see exactly what I mean. So, let me pound these guys in, because they're kind of a tight fit in some spots, you know? And then I'll show you guys what it looks like with them in it. Give me a second. That's what we got going on there, fellas. It fits in very well. Got a little bit of a gap there. Not a big deal. I can actually, press this guy in once it's tacked up a little bit. It'll fix that, but there's naturally a little divot in here. So I'm just going to have to make a tiny little strip or build it up with weld. Haven't decided yet, but both will do the job fine. And then here we got a little bit overzealous with our cut. So I'm going to have to make a little inlet strip. Not a big deal there. But it hugs these, and then afterwards when we make our posts, they'll attach right to these guys. And it'll look pretty much OEM. We're likely going to make the posts out of this, but that's getting ahead of ourselves. I'm going to do some tacks on this guy. And then we're going to start working on that side. Oh, side note. You might notice how close these shackles are to the floor. See what I mean? I was worried that they were going to touch, but they don't. At least on that side. So, if need be, we can raise them up just a little bit. Or, coming back to it, I know exactly where they are. They're like right here. We could simply just cut this piece out right here and make it a raised section. Take one of the raised sections out of this or bend up a piece right over there, and it will just come out flat like that, and then it will 45 down into the valley, and we'll start the wood right there on that side. Not a big deal. So, let me get the welder, and we'll do that. All right, so we got both pieces tacked in. Got a couple tacks there, tacks here, and then we did the main weld, at least on one face on that. So that's not going anywhere. Tons of strength. Did both sides. Turned out pretty good, guys. We'll be back. There you go. That's kind of what it looks like from the back. As you can see, it's all pretty much even, all pretty much level. So now we got to start building the piece. Whoop, whoop, whoop. That side, the hard one. So let's dive right in. So I got the 4 long ones cut, and I got the diagonal ones cut. The diagonals are the tops for these and there, and I got 1, 2, 3, 4 long ones at the corner that have to go on. Obviously, 2 are full length and 2 have to be shortened up. So we're gonna get into that right now. We'll start by working on these guys right here. Alrighty, so there you go, guys. That gets that piece all inside there. So now we're gonna do the exact same thing on the other side. Then we can kind of bridge up this gap. We got these 2 guys right here. They have to go right there and right there, both sides. And then we only have to make these right here. I guess another one there. Either way, that one's basic. So, I'm gonna weld these guys in. These guys pretty much just be cut and fill. So now we got the 2 end pieces on. As you can see, they're tacked on, just quick tacks. So really it's only 6 pieces left, major pieces. We got a little bit of piecework here and there, fill up some gaps, but we got this piece down here, this piece right here, then that one right there. Repeat that on the other side. What I'm kind of thinking, not necessarily does this piece here have to line up with that one. I might only do a skinny right here that bevels down to that, simply because of how I did my piece down here. If I would have done my piece, let's say down my original center line that I was gonna choose without bashing in that one piece there, without bashing in the inner fender, but that gives me just a tiny bit more bedroom, and when you're already got a huge hump in it, the more bedroom you got, the better. So that's what we elected to do. So I'm kind of thinking like a taper piece, that on both sides, but I still got those 2 center sections to do, so I'm just gonna quickly start tacking things in. You're gonna see it all on the GoPro, and we'll be back. Boy, it's been a while, but now the bed floor, it's not finished welded in some points, but all the pieces are in. Isn't that awesome? Look at that thing. Woo-wee! Can't wait for that to be finished welded. Well, a little sick, but either way, we got the bed floor pretty much done, other than a little bit of finish welding here and there. 55 individual pieces, some modified quite heavily, others are pretty straightforward. It's a lot of work in this, but again, with using those trailer cross rails, we saved so much money on this. Basically, we're just in it for welding wire, time, and cutting this. And when you're not paying yourself, time is free, you know what I mean? So we did really, really good on this. We still got to do the caps, all that stuff, but the bed floor is done. I'm going to finish weld this bed floor off camera, just because it's going to be a lot of finish welding. Maybe I'll put like a time lapse on the next video or something as an intro. But the next thing that we have to do is make our cap pieces that go onto this guy, and then finish up our bottom pieces on our bed. I already got the video halfway done on that, and you can kind of see there's one poking on this side. We've got to do all the other 4 corners. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, this bed floor series, and I'll see you guys next time on the other pieces of the bed. See you guys.